Sawadee Cup. I thought I'd do a few videos of the garden based around photographs I took of when we started on this project 3 years ago. And this is the first one. And referring back to the photo that I've published that relates to this video, I'm actually standing on the path that is marked out in gravel on the very far left of that photo. And in the middle of the photo you will see that I've made a circular area with the gravel, and that was always designed to have one of these water pots, Isan water pots, placed in the middle, and a circular path that went around it. And this is the end result of that. These pots originally, a lot of them, they're probably about maybe up to 20, 30 years old, but they're still making them now, so you can buy a brand new one. This one's a bit over 20 years old. They're originally rainwater pots. Obviously the villages at the time didn't have piped water, although they may have had a hand-dug well, that central well that villagers would get water from for drinking. But many houses had one or several of these concrete water tanks that were often made, or usually made actually on site, because at the time there were limited means of actually moving them around long distances. These days, of course, there are trucks that take them once you've bought them from a shop. So these days most of these pots are empty, they're not being used. Most villages now have piped village water and rainwater, and they use commercial bought water for drinking. So although some of these pots are still connected, a lot of them aren't. If you want to buy them, villagers are just happy to get rid of them. Some of them are smashed up just to get them out of the way. You can literally pick them up for nothing, but we paid 250 baht for this one and one other, and it cost us 400 baht to get it moved. They're bloody heavy, literally weigh a ton. And what's interesting on this one, if I go here, you'll see that there's a date there, a Thai date, which is 43, which is actually the year it was made, which is actually the birth year of my stepdaughter Ben. They make great feature points for the garden. I absolutely love them, and we have three of them in the gardens here. Just looking back on that photo, you can see how much this has developed. This treed area in the background, this is all 3 years old. And where you see a pile of gravel on the left hand side, that's this area, which now houses my beautiful rice hut. And then, as you can see from the photo, this was literally nothing, and yet now 3 years later, you've got this scene, which is allowing a bit of these trees are deciduous, they're dokuns. The yellow, cascading yellow flowers you'll see come Songkran. But they're deciduous, so this is facing east, so they let the morning sun through, which is what you want in the cool season, and then they leaf up for the hot season, so this area is totally shaded, and you can sit in the rice hut overlooking this area. Lovely, cool, full of character, colour. That's our front wall there. And what I wanted to create in this corner, which as you can see from the photo, once again, was absolutely nothing. What I wanted to create was this pathway through a small forest. And in 3 years we've actually achieved that. This is mangoes at the front. There were established mangoes. But everything on my right hand side is brand new. Looking back to the right. So you've got this lovely shaded pathway that winds through what is now a canopy, which is exactly what I wanted to create, and fills up this corner of the garden beautifully. The green is shade cloth, and it provides some degree of protection from our neighbours because I can't afford to build a wall. Hanging out for the lottery. And then the path does a full circle, which you can see marked out at the back of that photo. And it does that loop round and brings you right back to the other side of the water pot. So I'll do some more videos of different areas of the garden based around the photos I took 3 years ago. Because videos, it's because you can't stand back to take photos because there's too much greenery now. It's hard to do a photo essay of the changes that have happened, so video is better. So I hope you enjoy the first one. Beautiful sunny day here, and temperature probably about 30. Just perfect. Lucky man. Okay, cheers, see ya.